want to work on the user menu, which is this one. It's the same one the Facebook uses. As I said before, I'm trying to perfect things right here. So as you see, it's pretty cool. You can use that in any of your websites and play with it. Okay, so that's the menu you're trying to create. So it's a bit tricky, but I always try and make it easy for you. Okay, don't worry about this. This is just for the responsiveness. We didn't work on it yet. So let's start with the menu. Okay, so we're gonna go right here to the components of the header. I'm gonna add another one, which is gonna be the user menu.js RFC. As I said, if you're not here for the CSS and this kind of stuff, you can just take the components ready for you. Okay, but I advise you, if you don't know, you learn about this. Okay, so we're gonna import it from here, and now we added this next to the arrow down, which is this one. Okay, so we're gonna be next to each other. Okay, so let's go back to the user menu and let's start working right here. Okay, so it's gonna have a class name, which is gonna be a menu. Okay, like this, and inside this we can have a link, which is gonna menu header. And also it's gonna have a hover 3, which is gonna add later, and we're gonna import the link from React Star to DOM like this, and 2, it's gonna go to the profile. And inside this we're gonna have an image. The same way we add the image right here, we get it from the React store, so we can just simply go back to the index as we have the user right here, which we got from the React store, as I said. So that has all the informations. We can go down to the elements itself, and we can pass the user like this. And then we're gonna go to the elements and get the user from it. Okay, like that, and you can just go to the source right here, and now it's gonna be user optional chaining. So if it doesn't exist, it doesn't stop the code, and then it's gonna be picture. Okay, I've explained this all before, and now we have the picture right here. Still needs styling, but we're gonna do it later. Let's go back after this. So it's gonna be menu column, and after this, which is gonna have a span, and inside this span we're gonna have the user dot first name like this. Okay, that's the first name. Also we're gonna have another span. Let's add also the last name here, so we can have both of them. So user dot last name like this, and they're gonna get together. And after this span we have another span, and now this has see your profile. Okay, and now finish with this link. We can go after this, we can have a menu splitter. So on this splitter is simply this line right here that you have between the components. Okay, so after that, so we're gonna leave it like this, and then we're gonna have menu main, which is gonna be for the main one. Okay, and then we're gonna have a hover 3 for it, and inside this we're gonna have a small circle. Okay, we're gonna work on that also, and inside this we're gonna have an icon, which is gonna be report filled icon. Okay, like this, and then after this we're gonna go and have a menu column, and inside this we're gonna have menu span 1. Okay, and also let me add the dot here, call it, and also gonna have span 2, and in the span 1 is gonna be give feedback, and inside this is gonna be, let me see, help us improve Facebook. Okay, and after this we can go after this and after this. So this is for the, let me see, what is this? So we can go after closing this, we're gonna go after the main menu, so right here, and then we're gonna have a menu splitter also, and don't worry, it's gonna get easier. And after that we're just gonna have a menu item, and also it's gonna have the hover 3 like this, and inside this we're just gonna have the list, which is gonna be easy. So the small circle, inside this we can have the icons, so settings filled icon like that. Okay, this is settings filled icon. I know this is getting already shown because in the index I've defined all of them. So the small circle, I've defined it, which is going to create a circle with this color, you know, and center everything inside it. It's nothing much. And also the hover 3, I've added it right here, which is going to make the div has a hover, as you see, with this color. Okay, so there's not much adding there. Okay, so this is the icon, and after the icon we're going to simply, let me see, so after this div, the icon is just going to be an eye, so we can know there's an icon. So, and after this div we simply can have the name, which is going to be a span, and let me see, so it's going to be settings the first one, settings and privacy, like this. Okay, and all we're gonna do right now, we're just gonna have a right arrow, which is a div. So right arrow like this, which is gonna be the arrow, and after this, or inside this, we're gonna have the arrow icon, which is gonna be I dot, let me see, right icon, like this. Okay, so simply like this. So now if we went to the styles, so we can see this, you know, in a better way, we can go to the styles, and this is gonna be written fast. So let's call this the user menu, and get it like this, and we start. So the menu is gonna have a padding of 0 and 0.3 RAM right here, and then it's gonna have a position to be absolute. He's gonna absolute position it, and then the top 100%, so it gets after the element itself, and then from the right is gonna be 0, and the width is gonna be 360 pixels. Okay, and the border radius is gonna be 10 pixels, and so we're gonna have the background to be var, so it's gonna be bg primary, which is gonna be white. Let me add another dash right here. Okay, and remove this, and now you see the background is gonna be white. Don't worry, when we add the box shadow, it's gonna show more. So the box shadow and is gonna be 2 pixels, 2 pixels, and also 2 pixels, and it's gonna be variable to be shadow 1. And now we're gonna have the shadow, so you see it's now better, and the user selects is none, so the user can't select it or copy anything from here. He can do that. Also the padding is going to be 10 pixels. Okay, like that. And now we're going to simply go to the menu header, and this is going to be display flex, align item center, and then we're going to have the padding to be 5 pixels. Also border radius is 10 pixels. You can copy them and I'm just decided to write them. Gap 10 pixels, and then we're going to go to the menu header itself, and then select the image that we have, and this is going to be width 60 pixels, and the height is 60 pixels, and the border radius to be rounded, so 50% to make it round. Okay, I know this should be changed. Okay, and also we're gonna have the object fit to be cover. Let me refresh this, because this should be now smaller. So let me go and see the menu. So this is the menu. Okay, I've had a problem right here. So this is menu header. Okay, and now it changed. So, and after this we're gonna select the menu call, and this is gonna be simply to make this column. So display flex and flex direction to be column, so make it in a form of column as you see right there, and then justify content is gonna be center, so we make it in the center. Okay, and now we're gonna go to the span, to the first one. So this menu column span first of type, so we select the first span, which is gonna be the name, and we're simply gonna have a color to be variable, and it's gonna be color primary. Okay, and the primary. Okay, and the font weight is gonna be 600, and the font size is gonna be 15, and the later spacing is gonna be 1 pixel. Now we're gonna go to the same one, menu column, then go to the span, and then the last of type. Okay, I like to use this when we have just 2 elements, and select the one with the first of type and the second with the last of type. Okay, and this is going to be font size 14 pixels. Okay, and then we're going to go to the menu main, and then we're going to simply have a padding of 10 pixels, margin top of 5 pixels, and then it's going to be display flex as usual, align item center. Okay, and the gap is going to be 5 pixels. And as you see, it's moving and it's changing accordingly. Now we're gonna have the splitter, so menu splitter, and this is all gonna be with 100%, and then the height to be 1 pixels. Okay, because one is a last, and the background is gonna be variable to be bg third, and the margin top is gonna be 5 pixel, like this. And let me just gear it like this. Okay, and remove this and remove this like this. Okay, let's go after that, and then we're gonna select the menu span one, and then we're gonna simply have a font size to be 14 pixels, and this is gonna be important, so it applies. Okay, and then go to the menu span tool, and then right here just gonna have a font size to be 12 pixels, and this is going to be important. And then we're going to have the color to be variable, and it's going to be color secondary like this. So, and then we're going to have the menu item. I think this menu spans are not changed. So the menu span one, okay. This is going to be double M, and this is going to be double M, and now it changes. Okay, so that's fine. I know this is getting boring, but we just gotta deal with this type of thing. Okay, so the position is going to be relative display flex, align item center, and then the margin top is going to be 5 pixels, padding 7 pixels, font weight 600, and the font size 14. Okay, and the border radius to be 10 pixels. Okay, like this. And now we're going to work on the arrow right here. So I'm going to go to the right here, arrow, and right here. So the position is going to be absolute, so we can put it in the right. So we're going to be right 10 pixels, and from top is going to be 50%, and to make it actually 50% to transform, and then translate from the Y minus 50%. So it translates from the Y minus 50%. So it's in the middle exactly. So the right, not the top, the right here is going to be 5 or 10 pixels. Let me see, 10 pixels. Okay, like this. So and now I think this is finished. So now we can work on the rest of these. So we just can copy them and see. So we can go back to the user menu. So this is the splitter. So let's go back right here. So this is the menu item. You can take all of that and just paste it again. Okay, like that. And let's see if we have a splitter between them. We don't. So this is exactly what we're gonna have. Okay, so the second thing is gonna be after settings and privacy, help and support, like this. Okay, and now it's fine. Copy that again. And let's see what I have else. We're gonna have display and accessibility. So display and accessibility. If I have any typos, you can fix them for yourself. Okay, and the last one is going to be IC logouts. Okay, and let's copy this. This is going to be logouts, and we're not going to have the right icon, so we're going to remove that like this. And also we're going to have changed the icons. So the icons for this is going to be, for the logouts is going to be, this is fine, but for the others, let me see. So this is, I don't know which icons, but let me change the others and then see what's the other one. Okay, so this one is going to be, let me just see, for the display and activity, so it's going to be dark filled icon. Okay, and then we're going to go to the other one. This is going to be, let me see, it's going to be help filled icon. Okay, and this is fine. So the logouts, I don't know actually what it is, so let me just logouts filled icon, and I think this is us. Okay, so now we have the main menu, which is the first one, and now we need to go and work on the elements inside this. Okay, it's not hard, it's quite easy. Okay, so let's do it. So I feel like I've been slow in the last few episodes, just I'm really sick, so sorry. I'm trying to finish this quicker now, and I'm going to explain everything to you. So now we are in the user menu. So as you see, we finished this, but we're going to work on the inside, the others one, the inner menus, and we're going to work on them on a state. So we're going to have a state right here, and this is a beautiful. We're also using the state. So visible, set visible, but this time it's not going to be true or false. Let me just fix this. So visible, state visible. Okay. So now we're going to equal the use state, but this time it's going to be for numbers, so 0. So 0 is the initial state when we're only going to show this and not the inner menus. Okay, so I'm going to take everything inside this. This is the main menu. I'm going to go right here. I'm going to see it's visible equal 0. Then we're going to have a div right here. I'm going to put everything inside it. And now this is when it's 0 is going to be shown. But if we change this to 1, this is not going to be shown, and instead we're going to show the inner menu for the setting and privacy. And for example, 2 is going to be for help and support, and you know the there. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to do. Okay, so now let's structure this better. So we're going to go to the user menu. I'm going to cut this from here. We're going to go to the header inside it, and I'm going to create a new folder. Let's call it user menu. Okay, inside this, paste this, which is the user menu. Click here to change the import, and right here this is going to be index right now, and you can simply import it from the user menu exactly. This is not going to create any problems. So you can go back to the header, save it, and it's going to be the same way, because now we get it from the folder, but the index is the one that we call it from. Okay, so this is not a problem. Okay, So that's the first thing. The second thing that we need to do, this is going to be uppercase. Okay, it's uppercase. So we're going to go inside this and we're going to create a component which is going to be for this part, which is the inner, component or the inner menu. Okay, so simply right here, we're just going to create a new file. Let's call it, for example, settings privacy.js and RFC, and you have your components right here. And simply now you can go back to the user menu, and after this, so the first inner menu for this is going to be shown when visible is equal to 1. Okay, for this time you're going to show the component which is going to be settings and privacy like this. Okay, so it's not going to be shown now because the set visible is 0, so we change it to 1. It's hide this and shows this. So we can go back to the settings and privacy, and now we're going to have the inner menu. Okay, so the class name is going to be absolute wrap, and inside this we're going to have absolute wrap header. Okay, an absolute wrap header. Then inside this we can have a circle, and inside the circle we're going to have an icon which is going to be, let me have it inside an eye, so it's going to be arrow back icon. Okay, and it's going to be added right here. I've added all the styles for them, which is, if you went to the styles, I've added it for the absolute wrap and the rest. So you can just pause the screen and copy them, only these, or you can just get them from the attachments. I don't want to waste your time writing these in 5 minutes. Okay, so let's go back to the settings and privacy. As we have the icon, we're going to go outside of the div and we're going to have settings and let's see privacy like this, and it's going to be added the same way of the header for these. Okay, and then after that we just simply gonna go and have menu item, and also it's gonna have the hover 3. Okay, like this, and then we're gonna have the small circle, which is the same one as we had before. So now we have the icon, show settings filled icon. Okay, like this. Okay, and after that element, so we're gonna have a span. So this should be an eye, so we can recognize it's an icon, and then we're gonna have a span right here. And this is going to be settings like this. Let me go back right here, and as you see, it's the same right here. You can hover on it and all.